Welcome. Today what I'm going to talk about is the schedule tools. Been getting a lot of questions with regards to how to do trades, how to post a shift, how to find a shift that's posted, how to look at things that normally you find very easily on When to Work that seem to be a bit more difficult to find in this system. So hopefully this will make things a lot easier for you. First of all, when you log into the system, of course, you open up on your dashboard. Once you get to your dashboard, you go to Schedule and you click on eSchedule. And then the eSchedule opens up. And what we're going to talk about is your different schedule tools, how to put in availability, how to navigate the bid center, how to request time off for the full-time employees, how to do trades and swaps, and your time card. All right? Now, once you open this up, of course, you'll see your schedule for the month of January listed here. All right. If you click over and you've got anything in February, back and forth, you can look at the different months. You have the option at the top to look at today, the month, the week, or the day. Okay, that's up to you whichever one you want to do. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is he's going to put in his availability. All right. As you can see, he's put 2 days in, but we're going to add some additional availability days. So what I do is I go to Submit Availability and I click on that button. Now, it's going to be required for all per diem employees to submit their availability 30 days before the new scheduling period starts. So that everybody understands what I mean is that the next scheduling period is March and April. So your availability has to be submitted by February 1st. All right? And so on and so forth throughout the year. So let's go take a look at March because that's one of the months I have to submit my availability for. It's also a requirement that per diem employees work a minimum of 2 shifts per month. All right? So if you're submitting your availability and you have a difficult schedule, then simply give me days you know that you can work. Send me an email telling me that your schedule is very limited, and I will do my best to make sure you get those days. All right. If you can give me more than 2 days, great. Give me some options. That's better. All right. But I'll do everything I can to help you get scheduled appropriately. So in March, I know that I can work the 15th. So I click on that day, and you'll excuse the color. It's not very easy to see, but you can see it's gone to a very light blue, indicating that I checked that day. I know I can work the 24th, and I know I can work the 28th. Now, I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the screen. You're going to see a button here that says Submit Selected Days. You're going to click on that, and then this window is going to open. Once this window opens, you're going to see the days that you put in for your availability. Now, the next button is Available For, and the type can be standard types are custom, full day, or not available. Of course, if you're submitting this day for your availability, not available is not a good selection. You can select custom or full day. If you select full day, then basically you leave your start time, your end time blank, and it just simply tells me you're available for 24 hours on that day. Now, if you're available for only certain times, then you select the custom button. All right. Now, if that's going to be the same for all days, you simply click the Match All, and it will match everything all the way down. Now, your start time can be whatever it is. Now, normally the day starts at 6 o'clock on Delta 1, so you can say you can start at 6 o'clock. If you can't, then you move up to 7, 8, whichever is the time that you can start. Your end time for this day is whatever your end time is. You can go all the way up to 2300. You can say it's 2200, so we'll say it's 2200 is the latest that he can work. Available to all locations, available to all departments. All right? The field staff primarily are the ones that are going to do this. You can leave it at all departments, or you could simply click on it and change everything to ambulance operations, because that's basically what you're going to be working. Now, if your start time and end time are the same, again, click your Match All, and it will load everything all the way down. You don't have to click each individual item unless there's something different from that item to the next. When you're all done with that, you click Submit Availability. You will get this screen which says your availability has been submitted, and it shows you the day that it was submitted. That is now submitted to me so that I can utilize that when I'm doing the next scheduling for the March-April time period. So that's availability. The next thing we're going to talk about is the Bid Center. All right? The Bid Center, when you click on that, it's going to open up, and it's going to give you a filter you can use for the Bid Center. Now, You can do a from date and you could do a to date. The total number of days that you can look at in the bid center is 32 days. So if you want to look at all of February, then you need to change your from date and your to date to reflect that. The from date always starts on the day that we are currently on. And we're on January 19th, so that's when it starts. So if I want to look ahead for the full 32 days, I can go into February. If I click February 28th, it's automatically only going to show me 32 days, and it will flag me and tell me that. The locations, if you want Waterville or Augusta operations, you can select that here. If you want them both, you simply click Include All, and that will load those. Jobs, if you want to look at specific jobs. Now, you can only look at one at a time. All right, so just keep that in mind when you decide to check this. All right, but it's community relations. It's every single job we have in the company. All right, so I just leave it as Include All. It's just easier. All right. Shifts, if you want a specific time frame to look at, you can look at the specific time frame. Again, I would just leave that in Include All. Rank and roll, if you just want to look at the AEMT and EMT slots, you can click on that. If you want to look solely at the paramedic slots, you can click on that. Those are the two predominant ones. If you're a dispatcher and you want to look at dispatcher shifts only, again, you can click on dispatcher, and that will give you the opportunity to look at those only. All right, but I'm just going to leave it at Include All. And then under bid type, you have instant fill and standard bids. Instant fill we are not using yet, but it is going to be utilized later in the future. Basically, that means when a shift gets posted and we need to fill it, we can change it to an instant fill. And basically, that means the first person that goes into the shift and clicks on it automatically gets the shift, does not need any supervisor approval. However, the system will check and make sure that you have all your certifications and everything before it will accept you into that shift. Right now, we're just going to leave it as Include All. You click on Filter Shifts, and then it's going to show me all the shifts that are available for that time frame. You can see right here, please be aware your search is limited to 32 days. All right? Now, there's a couple of things you can do for sorting if you want to look at this in a different format. One of the easiest things to do is if you go over to the Start button and you click on that, that's going to sort everything by date. Now, it not only sorts it by date, it sorts it by location. So it shows you the Augusta operations and then the Waterville operations. It shows you what shifts are available and open, what day they are, and then all the way down through for the entire time period that I looked at. Now, also listed in here will be any shifts that somebody has posted to give away. Will also be listed in here as well. You won't see those on the main schedule if you're looking at the company schedule, but they are listed in here. All right. And again, if you want to pick up the shift, you simply click on Standard Bid. This window will open. You click on Bid for Shift. That will send the information to the supervisor to be approved. Okay. You can also look and see who's on the crew if someone's there, but where it's dispatch, it's a single slot. So let me give you a better example. Let's look at Delta 2 or Delta 7 nighttime. All right. Click on crew. You can see that Oliver McKenzie is on the shift. All right. So if you choose to pick it up, you can pick it up and you can work with him on that shift. All right. If that's the case, you simply click Bid for Shift and you get authorized to pick the shift up. All right. Now, you have a giveaway only button at the top beside all open shifts. You click on that. These are all the shifts that have been posted by personnel who want to give away their shift. All right? So if you're looking for those, this is how you find them. It's the quickest and easiest way. And this is not sorted by start date, so I resorted it, and now it's by start date. Waterville and Augusta operations all listed out. And again, these are the shifts that people have posted to drop. Okay? All right. So you can save different filters if you want to save different filters. Now, you can see at the top here, it says by default, this calendar limits the available shift to your assigned location. So click filter available shifts to change. So you click on that. All right. And he automatically defaults to Waterville. So say all I want to look at is the Augusta operations. So I click on Filter Shifts, and then that's going to filter the shifts. Now at the top, you'll see a button has appeared that says Save Filtered View. So you click on the filtered view, Okay, it's going to ask you for a name, so you type in a name, Augusta only, and you click submit. And it'll tell you that it has successfully saved this filter. You can hit the X up here to get out of the screen. All right, and now if you click on the save filters, you see Augusta only is here. All right, so if I was to go in and I click on my bid center, it defaults to the Waterville operations. This window opens, I close this window, I go to Save Filters, I click on Augusta Only, and now you can see it's popped up the Augusta, and again it's asked me to filter the shifts. So that's how you can save filters. So you can set them up in any fashion you want, name them however you want them, and then when you want to look at them specifically, you simply click on Save Filters, and then you can look at those. All right? So the next thing we're going to talk about is your time off. All right? This time off is for full-time employees only. So if you're going to request time off, you click on the time off button and then you click request time off. So you're requesting time off for the next scheduling period, which is March and April. So let's go into April and say we want to take the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th off. With this system, the only days you need to request off are the days that you are actually working on the schedule. And your schedules should be pretty consistent, so you should be able to figure that out. So I'm requesting these 5 days off. So I've highlighted those. You can see that in light blue. And I put Submit Selected Days. Now, this brings up all the days. Again, type is here. And if you have hours in the system, you can select what they go to. They either go to banked, holiday, sick time, vacation time. All right? All or none, this means all or none of the shift. Okay, this means that basically you want all of the shift or you want none of the shift off. So in some instances, it's possible that some companies would say, well, if you're requesting 12 hours off this day, I can give you 4 hours off, but I can't give you all 12, which means it's kind of like a negotiation. Here, it doesn't make a difference. If you request the day off, you get the day off. So if you want to leave it at no, you can. If you want to check it and say it's an all or none, you click yes, you hit the all button, and it fills everything all the way down. Your assigned location is automatic. It's basically whatever location the system has you set up in. So if you work full-time in Augusta, it's Augusta. You work full-time in Waterville, it's Waterville. Under your job type, if you're full-time on Delta 3 is what you'll check, and you'll check all for all the shifts. It's automatically putting you under ambulance operations because that's where you work. Full partial, you can leave that. And as far as replacing employee, there's not one, so you don't need to put anything there. You can leave that blank, and you simply click Submit for approval. Okay? And of course, it's flagging. Some fields have not been completed, so you need to complete all fields. Now, the reason it's flagging is because Mr. Gage has no time in any of his banks. So he can't request any time off. You have to have time in your bank to request time off. If there's no time there, then you can't request the time off. All right? So the next thing we're going to move on to is we're going to go back to your schedule. And now we're going to talk about trades and swaps. Now, this is a little different than when to work. All right? The end result is still the same. How you get there is what's a little different. All right? So you go to your trades, you click Start New Trade. So the first thing it's going to ask you is give. What shift do you want to give away? Well, this is the only shift that I have, so this is the shift that I'm going to give away. Now, who do I want to trade it with? Now, what's important is it's going to tell you if the person you're trading with has the ability to take that shift. So let's look down through here, and we'll find somebody who can't take that shift that we know for a fact can't take it. Miss Letourneau. All right. As you can see, I try to trade with her. It's going to come up telling me that she has expired or missing certifications, and that it's a user class mismatch. In other words, she's not supposed to be working in that shift, which means I cannot offer her the trade. So I have to find somebody I can offer the trade to. So we'll go back up and we'll select my name, and you can see now employee meets the minimum requires to work this shift. Now, I'm swapping the shift. I need to give the person a reason why I want to swap the shifts. I want to swap for Delta 6 on Friday. And I would suggest you put the date in. 1/20/2016. That's what day I want to swap for. and then I click Submit Trade Request. Again, it's going to put a green screen up here that tells me that I have requested to trade a shift with that individual. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to log out of here real quick. I'm going to log into my account. Comes to my dashboard. As you can see, the first thing in my e-box messaging here is a shift request from John Gage. So what I can do is I go to my schedule, e-schedule, and then I go down to my trades and swaps, and here's the request from Mr. Gage wanting to swap a shift. I click on the thumbs up button, and then this window opens. Now it tells me right here, right at the top, what shift he's asking to swap with me, and tells me right here, I want to swap Delta 6 Friday 2017. All right? So I can, if I want to, pick that shift to give to him. It tells me again that he meets the requirements. I can switch the full shift. I can put comments in here if I want, and then I hit accept to the requesting employee. If I hit submit response, then that's going to send a message to the supervisors to tell them that I'm okay to swap the shift, and then they can approve it. Now, the other option I have is to deny it. All right. For some reason, I don't want to swap the shift. I don't like the hours he's asking me to work. It's a Saturday for my Friday. I don't like working weekends, whatever the reason. Okay. So I click I deny. I hit submit response. A window comes up. Are you sure? And it can't be undone. I click OK. And as you can see, it marks it as denied. Now, that will show up for the supervisors, and this will disappear once the supervisors go in and see that I've denied that, and they delete it off the board. And then that's how you do a trade. If I agreed with it, again, it would go to the supervisors would approve it, and then we would automatically swap those shifts. And that's how you accomplish trades and swaps. So let's go back to Mr. Gage's screen. Okay, now we're back to Mr. Gage. So let's go back to his schedule, e-schedule, and go to trades and swaps, and see it flags here and tells them that I've denied it. All right. Again, once the supervisor goes in and sees that I've denied it, they clear it off the board and it will disappear from here. So if I had agreed to work the shift and the supervisor had approved it, I can go to show finalized, and then it would be listed here. All right. So that's how you do a trade. All right. The last thing that we're going to talk about is your time card. Now, he doesn't really have a time card, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to log back out of his account, go back into my account, and I'll show you my individual. So we're at my dashboard. To get to my time card, it's simple. I go to schedule, e-schedule, and then my time card is right here. And this is my time card for the current week that we are in. Now, one of the important things that you as an employee are going to have to do is improve your punches. Okay? It can be approved by me or it can be company approved. All right? But it has to be approved one way or the other. To approve a punch, it's very simple. Yes, I punched in here. You click on it, it's done. Yes, I punched in here. I click on it, it's done. Okay? That's all you have to do to approve a punch. It's that simple. All right? If you want to look at your time cards, you can look at your time cards for each payroll period that we've gone through. All right? This is the first payroll period that started. This is the current one that we're in. And as we get through more payroll periods, this will get longer and longer. But you can always go back and look at your time cards. Again, you have to approve your punches. Now, just real quick, I'm going to show you how to punch in. All right? And this is going to be on the time clocks that are up on the walls in all the bases. So this is what you're going to see on all the time clocks. It's all going to be RFID censored. Now, if it's off, whatever, doesn't make a difference. Basically, all you're going to have to do, all you have to do is take your ID, go to the scanner, you'll hear that beep, you'll see the punch in, you click on the punch in, and then this window is going to open saying that it's accepted. This window will stay open for 3 seconds, it will close, and you will come back to this screen. All right? Now, if you forget your ID, there's a little button that you'll see here. You simply touch that. Again, all the time clocks are touchscreen. You touch that to hit simple authentication, and it will let you use your username and password to clock in. So if I hit my username and my password, clock in. Okay, I've already clocked in. To punch out, it's the same thing. You click on the punch out, This is here for 3 seconds, it's gone, and it's back to the original time clock. Again, very simple to punch in and punch out, but you will be doing it with your card. Again, one more time, wave your card over it, click the punch in, this window opens, it's here for 3 seconds, and you're done. That's all you have to do. It's that simple. If you have any questions with regards to anything that I've gone over in this video, please don't hesitate to give me a call. You can reach me at 207-861-4238. You can email me at m.cotter@deltaambulance.org, or you can reach me on my cell phone, which is 207-649-3473. I thank you for taking the time to watch the video. I'll produce more videos with regards to issues as they arise. Thank you.